Ladies and gentlemen, you are now in the lab. We got the veteran Mr. Crispy Coil, but this is a different type of video today. What I did was, I did this for you guys because I care about you. So I went and I called in the troops, right? You may have remember a couple months ago, I did this little thing, you know, it was kind of little, it was no big deal. It was just like a pair of Questloves and a custom-made one-off box. I mean, I'm not really splitting hairs here, but it was absolutely ridiculous if you ask me. Well, the person that made that box is one of my homies from back in the day. My man Bond is over here right now. He's the man behind the camera. So I actually went and hired a cameraman, which is insane. Like, I'm on a budget, and I went all out for you guys. Like, this is crazy. Not only that, but I got him to bring us, he came bearing gifts. So, as you may or may not know, I am into graffiti. Have been my whole life in my neighborhood. When you were learning how to swim, you were also learning how to write graffiti. It was just something we did. My old crew was called TTK, Too Tough Crew. Before that, it was JMA, Junior Mayfair Artists. There was a group up the playground I hung out called BOMP, Boys of Mayfair Posse. Yeah, these were all thoroughbred cliques. Like, you know what I mean? We used to, you know, have keg parties down the woods and what have you, and like eat taffies and shit. It was all that. But this right here is a book by Stephen Espo Powers. What he does is amazing. This is the type of dude that will come out in a set of Oshkosh Bagosh overalls and some straight up Bruce Lee, you know, like county jail joints, and just set up a ladder and in the middle of Manhattan and paint his name all over the place, and no one says anything, like he was born to do it. Like it's his job, because it actually probably is. Anyway, he has a shop called ICY Signs, and a couple of years ago, Nike came to him and they said, listen, Espo, we want to have an artist series with sneakers. We want to have you, Halle Berry, and Pharrell from N.E.R.D do a sneaker. And he said, I'll do you one better. I'll take a model that yous ain't even messing with, and I'll create something that's never been done before. What you have here is the Air Force 2 Low Espo. But that's not the only reason that this is special. You see this right here? That's not pasted on. That's an actual tag. See this right here? Number 6, no eBay tricks. This is a family and friends edition. You couldn't get this. This wasn't at Undefeated LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, no amount of money could get this. This was a gift to someone that will remain nameless, and somehow it fell into Bond's lap. This is size 11. As you can see right here, you have his custom characters, ESPO, which is just ridiculous. The fact that he makes letters out of these little dudes, it's crazy. Right here on the bottom, Espo's Swimming Pool Offender, ESPO. He always does slick shit with his name. This is one of those boxes that has the actual like hemp rope handle. You have the tall style, Philly style Espo, private stock driver. Or drinker. I said driver. You all know that I don't edit, so that's going to stay in there because I'm built like that. It's got a slide out box, and it also comes with a pair of socks to keep your feet dry. And on the socks right here, how cool is that? It has needs and wants written on each one of these little gloves. As you can see, needs and wants. On the other one, same thing. Of course, it's a Nike sock. The fact that it came with these socks, and by the way, these socks are still stock. So, the shoe is amazing. If you would have told me that they could have somebody make any kind of a shoe with clear, anything clear, and make it hot, I would have called you a liar. But he did it. Of course, you have this little tag. This is, if your pair does not have this and it doesn't have nice leather, and you know, it's probably Bondulu, it's probably Pensalk and Mart stature, but this one is not. Nike invited 3 personalities per collection to express themselves through product design. Together, we fuse creatively inspiration, giving back in one unique, what's that say? One unique point, whatever, proposal. After our personalities joined, like in its retailers, they sold them. This is the Espo. That's the tag that comes with it, with the little clear string. The whole toe box of the shoe is clear. It's just, it's something that nobody else did up until this point. It has Fiend underneath of the toe box where your toe would be. That's on the left shoe. Of course, it's got red underneath. The Nike swoosh is also clear with that little, oh my God, it's just amazing. The fact that he did this model. Metal tips on the blue laces. The tongue itself is clear. which no one has ever done and probably done since then. Now you might be able to go, you know, to the sidewalk sale on Frankfurt Ave and find a pair of jellies that might look like that, but that's about it. On the inside right there, it looks like a little wastebasket. I don't know if you can get that. On the back right here, you have Have-Nots, K-N-O-T-S. And on this side, it's the Lemmy Gets, which is so crazy. Such a good call to put that back there. All clear right up here on the heel. The insoles, also clear. Oh my God. It's just a hand with money like flying out. Almost looks like it's making it rain. I can't believe I just said making it rain. Wow, dude. Whew. I should go play in traffic on 95 in the middle of rush hour for that one. But the opposite shoe. Let me see if it has anything else on the inside. Yeah. So it's a filled and a fiend. So this is like when you're fiending, your eyes are open, and that's when you're filled, your eyes are all drowsy. It's pretty dope, man. On the interior, of course, you have the authentic. Now the cool part is this is a size 11. Now this was a shoe that was given to one of his friends. You could not buy this. On the inside of the right shoe is a very small tag, and it says 0006 out of 50. So Nike gave him 50 pairs that he could give out to dish out to friends and colleagues or whatever, and this is number 6 out of all of those, which makes this shoe extremely special. It's just incredible. I can't believe I'm holding this right now. The thing that's great about footwear is it can combine more than one passion that you have. For me, footwear and graffiti go hand in hand. There's something that's very special. Like I said, I learned at a very young age through graffiti, and it's been with me to this day. Now, actually, it's something that me and Bond actually have in common. Probably one of the reasons why we're cool. But just look at the shoes. This is something you're not going to see on everyday videos. This is something that Crispy brought to you guys special. Most of you dudes out there, there's probably like 6 or 7 kids right now that are eating Frosted Flakes thinking, that is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. And that's okay. Like, all sneakers aren't meant for everybody, which is why the people that buy every release on Saturday, like, don't play yourself out like that. Not every shoe is hot. I'm sorry. There are some releases I look at and I'm like, yo, I wouldn't wear that if I was blind and dead. Like, you have to have a style. You have to have something to you. You have to have substance. And just don't just buy it because it's the flavor of the week. You know what I'm saying? And we're all hype beasts. If you want to say you're not, you're lying. We all like things based on how cool it is, how new it is, how fresh it is. This right here was inspired by the oh, actually, my fault. Yo, this inspired, I almost forgot about this myself. You guys remember how Nike, they took the theme of this right here and they tried it again. And what shoe did they do? They did that, the Fantastic 4-pack. I have the Human Torch Air Max 95 somewhere in here. But they made the Air Force One clear. And what that is that set the Bondulu market on fire. That set the Pennsauken Mart on fire. They had people camping out for fake clear joints. You might see a pearl yellow Air Force One low, all clear, all crazy, with like a red fluorescent bottom. Anyway, the fake Chinese people love the clear shit. You know what I mean? Because it was something different. And that's how, I mean, that set it off, and that almost made this thing look fake because there was so many fakes. But the real heads know, man. The real heads know. And this right here is an amazing shoe. So I want to thank Bond for bringing this through, people. You see all these shoes back here? These are all going to be videos. I'm trying something different. I got my man here, and we're going to try to take over this YouTube thing. Not literally, but we're just going to have some fun, and we're going to bring you guys some shoes that you might not see every day, that I might not see every day, that we think that you might want to check out. So, yo, this is Crispy. This is something new. I'm going to have this little separate set of videos. It's going to be something fresh for you guys. So, signing out from the lab, Philadelphia, this is Crispy and Bomb. We'll be back on Volume 2.